You're right, Gangrene UK. Welcome along to episode 29, and we're doing another Meet the Member, and we're joined, myself and James are joined by Tom Legg. Thanks for coming on, Tom.
No problem. Pleasure.
I mean, it feels ages since I last saw you. It's only been about 2 weeks.
I know. This feels like years away, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long 2 weeks. Busy 2 weeks.
Busy, yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to ask you some questions, nothing too serious, and it's just about the fandom, getting to know you a little bit better.
Yeah.
So the first one we like to ask, and it has to be asked, is how did you become a Jets fan?
Wow, we're just glutton for punishment, really. It was back in 2011, actually. A mate of mine I was living with put on the Steelers Green Bay Super Bowl, and then I got invited to watch some more once the season started in that summer. And we started a tradition where we play Madden before the start of the preseason. So I love New York. I love the color green, and I kind of was like, okay, which is a team that I can pick, and it just became the Jets, and ever since then it became a very big obsession of mine.
Yeah, those damn Jets.
Yeah, I know. Glutton for punishment.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely, man. Pretty similar start, to be fair. But who would you say your favourite Jets player is of all time?
It has to be Revis Island, to be honest. It's just incredible player. Incredible player. I hated it when he left, when he left and all that. But he was just a monster, absolute monster.
Came back at the end though.
Yeah, exactly.
He's always coming back.
Yeah.
Man just needed a ring.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
it is
exactly.
But Beyonce knows the score.
Yeah, exactly.
So from there, then, Tom, who would you say your favourite current player is? It's hard at the minute, I know.
Yeah, it is. Every time I get a favourite player, I buy the jersey, and all of a sudden they either get it traded away, or they just leave. They get fed up with us or become psychopaths. Jamal Adams. I think at the moment it has to be Mekhi Becton. I think he's just such a wholesome guy, and every time for the past couple of years we've been watching the draft, he's just tweeting out to these players saying, welcome, you're gonna love it here. He's a mountain of a man. He is an absolute mountain of a man, and pancakes all day.
Absolutely. I was a bit gutted him not coming to London because I wanted to stand next to him.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
He is a big man and I am a little man. And I thought we could have had some fun there.
Yeah.
So, what's your favourite Jets game you've ever seen?
I can't really pinpoint an exact, back in 2015 when they first came to London, seeing them for the first time and actually seeing them win was probably one of the greatest experiences of my life, really. It's quite close, and it was just an amazing experience for my first game, and it was my team. So I think that would be my favourite Jets game I've seen.
That's perfectly fair. I know a lot of the fans in the group, that's one of their favourites as well. So your favourite game doesn't always have to contain your favourite moment or your best moment, but it also could contain your worst moment. So what's your best moment as a Jets fan and your worst?
I think it's all got to do with that season, I think. The Fitzpatrick season. So obviously we had a chance to get to the playoffs finally again. That was a great moment. And then the worst moment would be when we choked against Buffalo right at the end of the season, where we could have had that playoff spot and we choked.
That's one of the most painful interceptions in my life, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I fell down in
the edge of
in a
our
heat.
seat, going, "We could do this finally. Fitzpatrick's magic. Let's get us to the promised land," and then it just went downhill.
Yeah. So, what about your best moment?
Best moment as a Jets fan.
So, what year did you start being a Jets fan?
2011.
Oh,
2011.
You
were on the drop.
Yeah. Oh, right. I started on the top and just started going downhill from there. Best moment. That's quite a hard one, actually. It's always a good moment when you beat the Patriots, or like I got a mate who I go around with to watch the games every weekend, and he's a Colts fan. And when we beat him, when we go against each other, it's a friendly rivalry. But every time we beat the Colts, there's a happy moment for me, best moment for me.
Yeah, I mean, the Colts are the team I hate the most. Out of every team in the league, I hate the Colts.
Yeah.
Like, more than the Patriots, more than the Dolphins, more than the Bills.
Yeah,
I hate the Colts.
Yeah.
They used to be our fifth team, so I've hated them since back then. So yeah.
Yeah.
So looking ahead to next year's, well, obviously this season hasn't gone as planned. Well, we'll see how it goes. But into the draft and free agency, what positions or like players are you looking for us to bring in?
I kind of want to, keep going along the trenches, really. I kind of want us to get like a center, maybe kind of build up on that right side. So then you've got Kai Beckham, Vera Tucker, the other side of that trench, I'd quite like to kind of protect. Tight ends, quite badly. I like Ryan Griffin. Wesco, crikey.
Dan Brown.
Yeah. But I think we need something like Kyle Pitts. We saw in that game against Atlanta the monster that he is of a tight end. I quite like to have Zach to have kind of more options available.
Pass catching tight end, not just a blocker.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I would just like a tight end.
Yeah.
I mean, the ones we got can't catch or block. So, I always like to ask fans when they come on their favourite jersey and their favourite logo, because this splits fan base majorly. I am
a big fan of the 1978 logo and jerseys. I do really like the new ones. I think they're probably my second favorite, but I'll probably go for the 1978 era. I just love the logo. Logo is so cool, because I know a lot of us was hoping when they redesigned it all a couple of years back that they were going to bring back the old logo, but then they was just like, let's just move down, just rearrange it.
Yeah, I think the new logo is political.
Yeah,
but I think we'll see something happen with that next year.
Yeah,
very much so.
Yeah.
No, I mean that is a popular jersey and logo, to be honest. A lot of people, not so many of the younger ones, will go that way. I mean, I'm a big fan of the current jersey, but I do see the appeal on some of the slightly older ones.
Yeah, because I also quite like the. I know there's a touchy subject. The Titans of New York jersey.
Yeah.
Because you got a lot of the teams doing throwback jerseys now, so I kind of want to scrap one of maybe the black, maybe I don't know, but like kind of have a throwback jersey along with it as well. Kind of, I think it's pretty cool.
I think that can be the only throwback we do, but I don't think we'll ever do it.
Yeah.
Because all the other ones are too close to what we have. really.
Yeah.
It's just green and white. Like the Packers, when they did their throwback last week, looked amazing.
Oh God, yeah. Absolutely love that.
It was different enough where you were like, well, that's different.
Yeah.
Where ours would be, oh, they've just went back a year.
Yeah.
So on to the next one. If there was anything about the Jets you could change, what would that be?
I don't like the fact that I know it's growing pains at the moment, but I kind of wish that we had an experienced offensive coordinator come in. LaFleur, it's just, I'm getting really frustrated with first quarters at the moment. It's just, first down, run the ball, second down, run the ball, third down, run the ball. It's getting quite frustrating. I know he's kind of learning, but I kind of wish we had someone experienced offensive coordinator come in, teach Zach, and know the ropes kind of thing, instead of someone who's trying to learn the same as our head coach and our quarterback.
It's fair. I mean, I think a lot of people would say that at the minute. Right. A tough question coming up. Mm-hmm. Right. I think I know the answer.
Okay.
I'm going to ask it anyway. Mm-hmm. So next year, the Jets have got 11 players up in the 122 first round to go in the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
If it came down to these two, who would you put in? Antonio Cromartie or Nick Mangold?
You know exactly what I'm going for, mate. It's going to be Nick Mangold.
We knew that one would come in.
He's just a true patron of the Jets. He's stuck around. He's 7-time Pro Bowl center, and it's 7, isn't it? 7-time Pro Bowl.
7 Pro Bowl, 2 first team All-American.
Yeah, and you can tell he just for the love of the team. Even when we met him in London, he's just he holds the torch high for the Jets. And he's just such a nice guy, such an amazing dude. And you can see, even on, where, the adverts, you get on NFL Network of him, the salsa, Bud salsa, when I saw him in that new Jets uniform, I was just like, please just come back to us, just.
I sent him a message asking him the other day. He hadn't replied.
Was it him to come back?
Yeah. What would it take?
Exactly.
But yeah, I think it's on you now, James.
Yeah, definitely. And I know we were speaking about this before we started, mate, and the curse of buying a jersey. But if you were to, what would be your next player jersey or piece of memorabilia you would buy?
Ooh. I would love to get a Mekhi Becton jersey. I think that's probably next on my list, but I think I might go a little bit higher value this time because I've always got the screen printed ones. Yeah. So I kind of want to go all out on my next jersey, and I want to make sure this player's staying. I want to be cautious about that. Memorabilia. As I said before, I've started collecting the cards, the player cards and stuff. As you can see, my shelf is getting pretty full at the moment. I've just built that recently, just because I was depressed after the game last Sunday. But a couple more signed stuff. Bit of memorabilia would be quite nice to go there.
Just let us know if you're looking for anything. We got the hookup. So when it comes to the group, obviously you're an active member. Is there anything you would like to see happen in the group? So this is like anything that you'd want to see, from meetups to, obviously you're on an island, so it's always harder. But yeah, anything you want to see us do in the group or happen with the group?
I think you pretty much got all the bases covered, mate. Before the London game, I had a completely different experience from because I loved the first game back in 2015 when I went to see him, but this one was just amazing, just off the chains. It was just from Friday to Sunday, it was just constant, and it was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely loved it. It'll be a time we'll not forget ever. But you know, I quite like to do a bit more traveling and, you know, a bit more meetups and stuff. I know I'm on the island and stuff, but you know, you all of you guys and everyone in the group, so lovely, so welcoming. We all know the pain. We all know the pain of being a Jets fan, and you know, we don't get many Jets fans down on the island, so obviously it was nice to talk ball with you guys and stuff. But yeah, you've got all the bases covered, mate.
Awesome. Well, at this point, we always like to give you a chance to say any final words to the group. You don't have to, you can do. It can be a message of hope, of suffering. It can be anything, really. So it's your time to give a little message if you'd like to.
We've been through it before. We've seen Todd Bowles. We've seen Gase. We have done so many lows, but we're on the right track. I believe in Salah. I'll run through a wall for that man, and we can do this. Just don't give up. You know, I see a lot of people, you know, after last game it was tough. We were missing some key players, but we've got to believe, and we just got to. It's close games, so we're not that terrible.
Absolutely.
Stay the course, man. You know what I mean? Can't give up this early.
Yeah, exactly. two draft picks, two draft first round draft picks, you know.
Well, we may or may not have done a mock draft last night.
Nice.
It was a very good mock draft.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on, Tom. It's been a pleasure as always. Guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget, give us a like, give us a subscribe, share us as much as you can, and we'll see you again soon.